place at angles that are not like making them go up like from here. It just makes it want to snap to go up. You can rotate it around. All it wants to do is go up no matter what, unless you press the button that says alignment mode there. For PC, this is left alt. I'm not sure what it is for controllers, but if you press that, what it'll do is try and find a different snap point for that object. This works with staircases. It also works with roofs exactly the same way, nice and simple. And this is like the easy way to do things like build a staircase downwards without having a staircase above it, or to make like flared rooftops off of the top of your structure for a little bit funkier shaping across your building. If you want that, there's plenty of ways to utilize this type of concept, but knowing that it exists is the point of this here. Another tip is knowing how some building pieces can interact at your base. For example, triangle pieces, of course, can fit together to make the exact same concept as a square piece would be. You might have to rotate it around, but you'll get it to look exactly the same. It just has a little bit of a line through the middle. An extra place that you can take this to make it a little bit even further is that you can paint each half of this separately. This way, it's still structurally the same as the singular roof piece, and that way, even if they are the same material, it just looks so much different than if you were to even just have one piece that's painted. It just gives you the ability to really customize the way your base looks in some slightly funkier ways if you want to. There's also the advanced version of understanding triangular pieces, which is that they are basically the way that you can just sort of fudge your way into things the game doesn't want you to do by using the replacement mode feature. Replacement mode lets you take a piece that you have selected and just try to replace a piece that is already in the same place. You can't replace something that doesn't make sense to, but you can replace a triangle wall with a full wall. You can't normally build a full wall in this location. Let me show you right here. It just won't physically go down because it overlaps with this rock here. Whereas if I were to just do a triangle piece up top like that, and then use replacement mode with a full wall, it replaces the triangle piece. In order to make the full wall, the rock still clips through, but it looks way better than what you would have to do otherwise. And this is a simple fix for that. But you can also do this in some slightly funkier ways that are more aesthetically speaking interesting by doing things like replacing a glass triangular wall with a full glass wall, enveloping a fence, and now you have a really funky way of doing a window or a viewing area, which is much different than the normal sort of windows that you can make with just regular walls, which look much worse than that, at least in my personal opinion. For the rest of today then, let's talk about maximizing efficiency for some specific work types or stations that will help you spruce up your base and improve your setup. First thing to note is that is always required is the monitoring stand. This lets you choose a work mode, and super hard work mode is a 50% work speed and 50% move speed increase across your whole base at the cost of 20% faster sanity drain and 50% bonus hunger drain. Those negatives weren't really that manageable before 1.0. It wasn't really feasible to run a base in super hard work mode all the time, but they are now very capable of being dealt with because of the power of the clinic, and more specifically, the ancient clinic. The full combo required to make this happen is simply a level 10 medicine pal with insomnia so that it stays up through the night, or one that is just naturally nocturnal, that also counts too, and then have them assigned to permanently work at your ancient clinic.